Hello. You know, I wish I could just get in front of a camera and talk. I see tons of other people do it. They're all natural, and I feel like I'm in the room with them. But no matter how hard I try it, I get in front of a camera or a microphone, and my mind goes absolutely blank. Anyways, a local church had their annual rummage sale recently. You never know what you'll find at a rummage sale, but prices are usually pretty good. Every now and then they get delusions of grandeur over something, but usually prices are good. This time, there was a whole long table of fabrics, which unfortunately I didn't see until I looked at everything else. So it was a bit picked over when I got to it. But I still found some cool stuff, or at least I think it's cool. So I thought I would share it with you because, hey, why not? We did a really, really sad market Saturday. There were hardly any customers there. We sold a total of four things for a whopping $35 altogether. You have those days, so if you knew when the good shows were going to be and you just went to them, well, if everyone knew that, yeah. Anyways, no one would try anything. The worst part of it is we were a little early and it had rained during the night, and when I turned on my windshield wipers, I realized I needed new ones because the driver's side one had a little tail. Yeah, so we stopped at Walmart and got some and put them on. And my new windshield wipers, frankly, cost just about as much as the total take at the market. But hey, I paid for windshield wipers. Anyways, my theory, yeah, you could stay in bed the whole rest of the year if you knew when the good ones were. I guess you just have to show up to a market assuming that you might not sell a single thing. And remember the good shows. My voice is a little scratchy because my band did a festival thing Saturday night. And yesterday I could barely talk. The monitors, I couldn't hear myself in the monitors. And even though you tell yourself, don't do it, you sing louder to make up for not being able to hear yourself, and you just can't help it. So, yeah, I strained my voice. Market wise, the way I understand, my dog just walked by. The person who was in charge of the market quit, and various volunteers from the city council showed up to run things without knowing what they were doing. The market was not advertised at all. There was no map of where we were supposed to have our booths. It was chaos. Yeah, at least that was the gossip going around the dealers. I can't confirm whether that's true. But, it was one of those weekends that doesn't exactly make you feel like, hey, we should make more stuff. Everybody loves us. Anyways, here are some things that I got at the rummage sale. Two kinds of lace here, just cotton lace, for which I paid nothing. They didn't put a price on it, and they just gave it to me. This is some sort of shiny fabric. Looks like bedspread material. 50 cents for this bunch, and I went ahead and measured it, and it was 40 inches, 2 yards. Yeah, I can't read my writing. 2 yards and 10 inches. Oh, 40 inches wide, and it's 2 yards and 10 inches. Yeah, that's me being perfectly natural. 50 cents for that one. What did I pay for this one? Oh, 50 cents for this one. This is corduroy. I love corduroy. And it's a pretty blue corduroy. And what is it? 2 yards. 2 yards and 20 inches. And I didn't put how wide it is. I'm nearsighted, so I see better without the glasses. Another piece of burgundy corduroy for 50 cents, which is 36 inches wide, and it's 3.5 yards long. I could make clothing out of that. Okay, then this lovely wild piece, which isn't as old. To me it looks 70s, but it's got a ID thing on it. And it says it's from 2011 Cranston Printworks. And this is a rectangular tablecloth, which they did not charge me $5 for. 11 and a half foot by 3.5 foot. Anyways. And this looks like a piece of wool, but it's probably got polyester in it because don't they all? It looks like I didn't measure this one. Ooh, wait. Faint writing. Mm. 1 yard and some inches. I find that when you make a makeup bag or a project bag out of this, people who don't like the girly floral prints or whatever are very happy to get these. So, yeah. And then the last piece I got is just a pillowcase, for which I think I paid $0.25. And it's got dogs on it. It's a weird fabric, so I'm assuming it's polyester. It's too soft. But it'll make nice zipper pouch. There's not much of it. Anyways, that was my haul. It's supposed to get hot here again. I have one window air conditioner because, you know, you don't really need air conditioning all that much, and I'd really rather have my windows open and breezes going through the house than have it all shut up for air conditioning. So I have one room with an air conditioner in it, and I recently moved it from the guest room to my sewing room because that seemed more practical. So I'm trying to get a bunch of fabric cut and ready to sew. Even though I call it my sewing room, I moved a bunch of bookshelves into it, and now it's just kind of a corner of a sewing room. Yeah, so there's no room to cut fabric in there, so I'm trying to get stuff done ahead of time, so when I'm trapped in there because of the heat and the air conditioner and the dog that won't stay in there if I'm not in there. Yeah, anyways, so I try to get a lot of stuff ready to go. Yeah. That's the problem with reading your script if you can't find where you are. I told you all about this in one of the videos that didn't go through. Why, I don't know, and I have my fingers crossed that this one does. Last heat wave, I worked on fixing 2 sewing machines that haven't been working right, and I failed. So I looked at what's available at Walmart and what's online at Amazon, like I know what I'm doing with new machines. I didn't like what I saw, what I can afford, because I'm not rich. But I figured with the money I'd be spending on a new one, I could buy a pretty decent used one. So I put a post on our local next door. People in other places talk about their next door as a cesspool of toxic political rants, but ours isn't like that. It's fairly quiet, you know. People don't even post every day. Um, when anybody does try to get toxic or political, other people shut them down. They all complain and say this isn't the place for that, which I think is great. and the toxic people go away. Yeah. Anyways, I put up a post just asking if anyone had a used sewing machine for sale and needed to work. Um, I've never done it that way before. I usually find sewing machines at garage sales or flea markets. I haven't bought that many, but it took me a while to find ones I really liked. But since I'm setting up now at markets trying to sell things, if you're sitting there at your booth, you can't be out looking at garage sales or flea markets. So, yeah, I tried the next door ad. I ended up with a Necchi. Don't know if that's how you say it. Necchi. I think it's from the 60s. It's not one of their really early desirable ones, but it seems to be a nice little dependable machine. Well, dependable. I've owned it a day. I learned way too much about the former owner. I've never had the backstory for a machine before. I was buying it from a guy, and his wife died a while back from cancer, and yeah, I mean, he might have been a little lonely. Yeah. Of course, the machine did not come with a manual, but you can get all those things online. They're just not as convenient. Yeah, so we'll just see how it goes. It's always fun to have a new machine. I never used to understand. Okay, I'm not a great guitar player, and guys in our band would be constantly on the search for the perfect guitar. And it's like, yeah, you got a guitar, it's got strings, you play. This is the closest I come to identifying with them, you know, seeing how a new machine works, its personality, what it's capable of doing, things that you don't like about it. Yeah, only my sewing machines are way cheaper than their guitars. Anyways, with my croaking voice, I will take you through a little song, whether you want it or not. It's an old one, and we haven't done it in ages. I found it when I was looking for something else. I had to go through it like 6 times to remember how it went. And you're probably thinking, can she sing with that croaky voice? Can she ever? Do you want me to lie? Do you want empty promises? I would like to promise you that I will stay the same, that I won't grow or change, or if I do, it'll be the way you want me to. I'd like to know that's what would happen. I'd like to give a guarantee. Do you want me to lie? Do you want empty promises? I can tell you right now that I love you with all my soul, that there is no one else I'd rather live with and grow old with. Sort yellowed photographs are memories of happy days of yore. That's how I'd like it to be. I don't use this chord often. Not there. I'd like to give you a guarantee. Do you want me to lie? Do you want empty promises? Love is such a fleeting thing. Embrace it while you can. Its value never was its permanence, even though we try to say it is. It's how I'd like it to be. I can't give you a guarantee. Do you want me to lie? Do you want empty promises? Do you want me to lie? Do you want empty promises? That's it. Sorry about the mistakes. I went through it like 6 times. But I don't use that F sharp into D chord very often. Thank you. See you next time.